Hello, my fellow Ohioans. It is March 31st, 2020, and this is our coronavirus update for Ohio for today. I just want to say one thing real quick, guys and girls. Anyone watching this, going forward, I'm going to try to keep these videos to 5 minutes or less just so you can get as much information as possible in a short period of time. I watch every day. I watch the update from the governor and the doctor, and those things last like an hour. And so I try to pick out bullet points that stick in my mind to regurgitate to you guys so you get that information without having to watch a very extensive video. So let's move into the numbers first. Our number update for the day. So the number of cases in Ohio increased to 2199 with 266 new cases today. And again, as we've seen over the past week, those numbers have flattened out. We'll get into that in a minute. The other numbers for today, they said they have 29,191 total test cases or cases completed or tests done. That was an increase of 1,916 cases tests compared to the prior day, prior to yesterday. So, and you have out of the 29,191, you have 26,992 that have tested negative in those tests. So, the other thing I want to point out too is that there have also been 55 deaths. 55 deaths have been confirmed in Ohio as a result of this illness or virus. So I want to point this out real quick because this plays into some of the other updates I want to give. The reason why this curve is flat from everything that the governor and the doctor have been saying is that this stuff is looking really good right now because of the fact they believe this has to do with the social distancing and the stay-at-home order that people are actually following. That is the reason why these numbers are starting to flatten out here in terms of the number of cases. Those aren't going up exponentially as they started to in the beginning or as drastically. That's why we're not seeing spikes anymore. We're seeing just more of a kind of a consistency in the number of cases. So that is good. So to go into some of the points that they talked about today. So really what this comes down to is that the reason why we're not seeing a spike has nothing to do with the shortage of tests. It's just that not that many people are being tested. And so we'll talk about that in a second. One point that the doctor made today, again, when I say doctor, I'm referring to Amy Acton. So she's the one she's the one providing the update from the medical standpoint during these press conferences that take place at 2 p.m. every day. She said that our hospitals are normally at 95% capacity during the flu season, and what they're preparing for right now is they want every hospital to be capable, where applicable, to handle double that capacity. They said that is the reason why it's important that people stay inside and we do the social distancing and all that kind of stuff so that Ohio has enough time to ramp up. And the question is, why do we want to do that? Why do we want to further delay this? Well, because basically the reason why our numbers aren't so high is because of the fact that the people who are being tested are only the people who are experiencing the worst case, the symptoms that are the worst. Those are the people that are being asked to step forward and get the testing done, right? Well, eventually it sounds like what the plan is going to be is they're going to say, okay, well now everyone who's got some of the symptoms and are feeling ill, okay, now you guys, it's your turn to come in and get tested. Well, guess what? That's going to be a very bigger number, a bigger population of people than what we have right now. And that's when they're going to expect to see these daily numbers start to spike and go up. So that's when you're going to probably start seeing these get into the thousands, because then you're going to have a lot more people being able to go in and get tested. But then they're going to have the capacity of the hospitals to be able to test faster, get the test turnaround quicker, and all that stuff. So that's what Ohio's doing right now, is gearing up, working towards that. Mike DeWine did say tomorrow that they will have a framework for how they're planning on gearing up the hospitals. So that will be in tomorrow's update from him, and hopefully I can provide some information about that tomorrow. Last but not least, I'm not trying to leave anything out, but the one thing that the doctor did say today was, before you go out anywhere, before you make that trip to the store or wherever it is you need to go, as long as if it's not work, think about how important that trip really is. Do you really need to make that trip? That is one thing that everyone needs to be thinking about. Social distancing, Treat it like it's the most important thing in your life. Treat it like your life depends on it. Treat it like other people's lives depend on it. Um, Keep practicing the social distancing. It's working as best as they can tell right now, and it will continue to work as other people get tested and we find a way to, begin that decline in positive tests every day. So it's going to be a little while, guys, but everyone hang in there. And until my next update, bye bye.